Welcome back! This time I'll be covering all of the quests available in the Northern Wilds. For each one, I'll show you who to talk to, where to go, and what you can receive for completing it. I'll try to keep spoilers to a minimum, but it's not really possible to filter out everything while still showing the zone quests, so consider yourself warned. The video will follow the quest route, but you can also check out the description below to jump right to the ones you need. When you first enter the zone at the landing site, you'll be greeted by Scout Frostfield. Speak to him to turn in the quest Voyage from the Novice tutorial and receive Protostar's Revolutionary Rucksack if you haven't already. You can also pick up the task Welcome to Northern Wilds, although you don't appear to actually earn anything for it. It just shows you where the zone quests begin. Head down the path until you see Commander Durek on the right and a path-specific advisor on the left. The advisor's quest can be turned in instantly to net some free experience, and you can do so for any path your character has unlocked. Look to the right and speak to Commander Durek. You can turn in the task Welcome to Northern Wilds and pick up the first arrival episode quest Reporting for Duty. This quest requires you to kill Yeti and rescue trapped survivors on your way from the landing site to the ancient tower. My run required 10 Yeti and 3 survivors to complete both goals. Note that the survivors portion only seems to count for interactable objects. Rescuing survivors who are being terrorized by Yeti won't advance your progress for that goal, but they're still great for kills. If your character happens to be a soldier, I highly recommend completing the holdout in this area first. You can use it to spawn Yeti around a central point rather than chasing them down one by one. Before you reach the ancient tower, there are 2 instant turn-in quests to grab which count toward the one click away achievement for this zone. The first is on a hill toward the road leading up to the crash site. Look for an Elden statue and accept the quest nearby to complete Body in the Snow. I highly recommend letting yourself be hit by the avalanches in this area to get the Snow Smash achievement now, as you won't be able to get it in this zone after you finish the arrival episode. Keep an eye on the burning wreckage to your right as you approach the ancient tower to find Nook Sparkbiter and turn in the Wreckage Refuge quest, another one that counts toward one click away. This one is worth grabbing even if you don't want the achievement, since it unlocks the Nook's Warm Brew interactable object, giving you a nice boost to your run speed. Approach the tower and speak to Deadeye Brightland to turn in Reporting for Duty and grab your next arrival quest, the tower. This will also net you a new set of gloves. Head just inside the ancient tower to the left of Deadeye to turn in the tower and exchange it for a new quest, Empowered Tower, by interacting with the control panel inside. Coming out of the ancient tower, turn left and follow the stairs heading up toward Exolab 729. Jump through the Loftite crystals or defeat the Crystal Guardians until you get 5 of them. Don't leave just yet. Enter the Exolab and look to your right to find another instant turn-in for the one click away achievement. Interact with the control panel and turn in Finding the Primal Disruptor to net more free experience and a partial explanation about the facilities here. Once you have all 5 Loftite crystals, head back down the stairs and turn them into the Master Control Panel. Please be aware that doing so will stop the avalanches mentioned earlier in this video and lock you out of the Snow Smash achievement until much later in the game. When you're ready, turn in the Empowered Tower quest to complete the arrival episode and pick up another piece of gear. After the arrival episode is complete, answer your datacron to receive another quest from Deadeye Brightland and begin the second Northern Wilds episode, Shipwrecked. After leaving the tower, just run down the path on the left to enter Settler's Reach. Before you turn in setting up camp, speak with Professor Rhoda Wellspring for an instant turn-in quest, Stormy Weather. The XP gain is small, but she's literally right there, so why not? Turn in setting up camp to Deadeye over by a makeshift medical station. He'll give you your next piece of the zone story, Indigenous Intelligence. Don't leave Settler's Reach just yet. Seek out Commander Durek, who has another Shipwrecked quest and a task for you. Speak to him to pick up scattered supplies and securing the area, respectively. There's a third instant quest available from Crafting Trainer Thorpe on the other side of the camp. It's another instant turn-in, so you just have to speak to him to net yourself a free beginner's life rune and some shoulder gear. Head out of the camp and keep an eye out for Root Brute and Yeti to complete the Securing the Area task. This is a good point to complete the Root Brute Slayer challenge for the area if you haven't already. Killing 8 total of any Root Brute Grimspores, Yeti Frostclaws, or Yeti Stalkers completed the quest for me. Answer your Datacron when you're done to receive a reward from Commander Durek. Also watch for small wooden crates lying around in the snow. You'll need to interact with and gather 6 of them for the Scattered Supplies Zone quest. You'll turn this one in back at Settler's Reach, but there's no need to go back yet. Unless you're already in the area, it's faster to finish up the other Shipwreck quests first and turn them all in together. While traveling between Settler's Reach and Coldburrow Cavern, watch for Trooper Rinzo just off the path to your left. Interact with him to turn in the quest's Final Farewell. This one also counts toward the One Click Away achievement. If you don't have it already, there's a piece of lore just inside the Yeti Cave next to him. Around this area, you should receive a Datacron call from Scientist Priston, who will give you the task, Spatial Anomaly. Follow the signal just to the northwest of Coldburrow Cavern and walk through any green residue the anomaly leaves behind to get a temporary boost to your jump height. Use this to follow the anomaly up the platforms to an Elden statue. Grab any screenshots you might want while you're up here. Once this quest is gone, I don't think you can easily return to this point. Answer your Datacron again to turn in the quest and feel free to jump straight down to the ground below. The anomaly gives you a buff that will temporarily nix any fall damage. Follow the path to Coldburrow Cavern in the northeast portion of the map. Fight your way past the Skeech and find Lusk to the right of the cave entrance to complete the first half of Indigenous Intelligence. Head inside the cave for this part. You'll need to kill about 4 Skeech and rescue 5 Exile prisoners to complete it. If you like, you can use this opportunity to knock out 2 challenges, Skeech Slayer and Xenobite Egg Smasher. In the very back of the cave, kill the Coldburrow Xenobreeder. Collect your loot and open your inventory once she's down to find a quest-giving Xenobreeder's head, which will grant you the quest Off With Her Head. You can turn this in later at Settler's Reach. If it's your first time defeating her, you'll also get an achievement and Skeech in the area will no longer attack you on sight. Once you fulfill the requirements for Indigenous Intelligence, Commander Durek will contact you via Datacron with another zone story quest, Fiery Distraction. Accept it and head just outside the cave where you'll find an interactable burning torch. Once you take it, you'll notice the Skeech huts in the area light up. Interact with 3 of these to burn them and fulfill the quest requirements, then head back to Settler's Reach to turn everything in. First, hand in Indigenous Intelligence to Bartol Sunward. He'll be on your left entering Settler's Reach from the Eastern Road. Your efforts will net you some experience, a new headpiece, and the accolades of the prisoners you rescued. Your next stop should be Commander Durek a little farther on. Speak to him to turn in Scattered Supplies, Fiery Distraction, and Off With Her Head. The 2 zone story quests should net you some bag space and a new pair of boots. With all of the zone story quests until this point turned in, you'll be able to accept a new quest, Contact with Thade, from Deadeye Brightland. Light 3 of the signal flares on the landing platform behind him to see another cutscene, then answer your datacron to turn this quest in and complete the Shipwrecked episode. You'll also get a new weapon. On the same datacron call, Deadeye Brightland will offer a new quest, Calm Before the Storm. Accept it and follow the main road all the way from Settler's Reach to the entrance of Camp Ice Fury. Deadeye will be waiting for you there to turn it in. Accept the Shell Shock quest from Deadeye at the entrance of Camp Ice Fury to begin the Vengeance episode. To complete this one, you'll need to fight your way through the camp, killing around 12 Dominion forces and blowing up 4 of their cannons. To overload a cannon, interact with it and spam F or your assigned interact button until the gauge is full. Then stand clear and watch the fireworks. Once this step is complete, you'll be asked to kill the Dominion Ultrabot at the end of this zone, but there's another quest you can grab first. Interact with the dead Exile soldier near the camp's entrance to pick up Captives of the Dominion, which ask you to free 3 Exile soldiers within the camp. Simply approach and interact with them. Once you're done, you can turn this one into Deadeye using your datacron. You need to beat the Dominion Ultrabot at the end of the zone to complete Shell Shock, but if you're using your reward weapon from Contact with Thade, defeating the Ultrabot will also complete an imbuement quest. Take him down to knock out 2 quests in one go. The imbuement quest, the Old Ultrabot Violence, will complete automatically and slightly improve your weapon the first time you beat him. For Shell Shock, answer your datacron and talk to Deadeye. After turning in Shell Shock, use your datacron to receive the last quest in the Northern Wild Zone story, More Important Than Revenge. But don't leave just yet, there's still one more left to get. Face the woods next to the Ultrabot spawn point and look for a small hill with a quest turn-in on top. Run up to get a nice view of the camp and interact with the lone flower there to complete the quest, Banner Day. This is another instant quest granting more free experience. It's also the last one you need for the achievement One Click Away. More Important Than Revenge will show you how to leave for the next zone. Interact with the panel on the red laser fence at the end of the path to open a way in. Then enter either of the ships inside and interact with the control panels there to head to Algarok. You won't be locked out of the zone. The same ship will be available to you at your arrival point and can be used to return to this spot in the Northern Wilds. Once you arrive in Algarok, head down the hill until you find Deadeye Brightland. Speak to him to turn in the last quest and complete the Vengeance episode. That's all of the quest, but here's one last tip. You can return to the Northern Wilds from Algarok by interacting with the ship controls at the same place you landed. You can also transfer from the Northern Wilds to the alternate Exile starting area Everstar Grove by interacting with this transport terminal in the landing site where you first arrived. If you're running back here from elsewhere in the zone, the platform will be the last one on your left. That's it. It's a pretty linear zone, but I like it. I hope you had fun and see you next time.